Tonight, on a very special episode of The Rot Gut Review, Ed drinks a bunch of premixed Crown Royal cocktails. Thank you, Canada. He also discusses the big game and teaches a robot how to love. All coming up on The Rot Gut Review Live. But first, please enjoy this preview of upcoming attractions. And now, here's Eddie!
Hello, everyone! Good afternoon on this beautiful, wonderful Sunday. I hope that this Sunday finds all of you so very well, because I am very happy to be here, and I hope that you are too. My name is Ed, and I'm here to drink and say stupid stuff. I'm already getting started. I can't speak. Who is all in the chat already? Who do we got? I already see a lot of good names. I'm seeing a bubble bath. Weed. What are we doing here? Satoshi Nakamoto. What are we doing here? Water Dune here. What are we doing here? Steve A is here, my man, holding it down in that mod spot. Although I gotta say, my dude, Steve, what's with the gopher? You know, gophers are much less cool animals than badgers, right? You know, badgers are just so much better in every way than gophers. Every way, so much better. I don't know what do gophers even do? What do gophers even do? Dig holes? Badgers dig holes. Much better holes than gophers. Much better holes. All right, Bobath is asking, what if the cola one uses RC Cola? That's actually a good question, because we are going to be drinking some Crown Royal whiskey and colas. We got a bunch of pre-mixed cocktails to drink, and I'm going to pop one of these open right away so we can get into it. Sugar Kitty is here. Crown Royal in little bags. If ever there was a setup for a Thatcher joke. Yeah, no, there's one in there. There's one in there for sure. Whiskey Lovers Society, all the way over in Belgium. Show some love to Whiskey Lovers Society, everybody. We love whiskey lovers. And whiskey lovers love us, because we're all whiskey lovers. And we love together. Kyoko, so it begins. Hey, would you bloaties here? My Aunt Tracy is here. Good to see you, Aunt Tracy. B-Dan Fran, Canada in the house. Is your profile picture, is that Moby, or is that the Dean from Community? Because it could be either. It could be either. I'm not sure which one it is, but it could be either. Pinch hitter, what's up, my man? Ed gazed into the rock gut, and the rock gut gazed back. So it was decreed. Yes, we have a little competition coming up. I'm not going to spoil the rule set, because you're going to have to tune in tomorrow to find out what's going on with that. But we do have a little competition coming up. A little competition that everyone is invited to be a part of. Full rules will be announced tomorrow morning or afternoon, whenever I get the video out. It'll be sometime tomorrow. B-Dan is saying should do a series on gin. Ooh, debate lemon or lime with the gin and tonics. You know, I would like to do a gin series. I really would. I'm gonna say though, I might wait till the summer, because summer is the perfect time to do gin and tonics. Summer is the preferred time. Bo Depict says premixes are disgusting. Yeah, usually that's true. I doubt this will be any different. But here for Mr. Ed. Thank you. I am the famous Mr. Ed. That horse ripped my name off. Fucking horses, man. The equine union, man. It's got its hand in the till. It's stealing all my ideas. Grouchy Pseudopod excited for Too Swim to get in Too Furious the Squeakquel. Yes. Jay Sweat is here. Subaru's here. Possums hands down. There we go. All Gophers do is lose football games. There you go. True King of the Jungle. No. Knob Creek Rye, I'm guessing is what you meant to say. Knob Creek Rye is underrated. I think a lot of Kentucky ryes are kind of underrated. I do think I prefer the craft style generally, but I do think Kentucky rye and near rye, barely ryes in general have their place in the market. So yeah, I agree with you. Yay, Dean from Community, but I like Moby. Oh wait, no, I thought it was the Dean from Community. They're kind of the same person though. Oh, and Jay Sweat's down from Florida. Hey, nice. And we got Bruce Davison from Montana. Oh man, I wonder if we can hit all 50 states. I mean, we only have 26 people in the chat, so actually that wouldn't work at all. But it would be cool if we did. Yes, and summertime and the living is easy. Okay, I'm going to say that is, oh, nope, there's a couple more. Spencer Mav, good to see you. Hey, on a scale from vomit-inducing to still mad, but at least I'm still alive, wonder how these are going to taste. I know. We're going to find out in a second. And oh, I think I missed Steve A saying it's the same avatar I use on Discord. I don't pay a close enough attention to what anyone uses on Discord. That's my fault. I don't actually pay attention to Discord that closely. Yeah, I'm bad that way. Worst case, hey, Ontario, we got a Canadian in. Cheers. So yes, Gibson 12. Haven't had it in a long time. God, the last time I bought a bottle of Gibson was when I first started working at Ray's, way back when. Man, I'm not sure, but thank you. I remember thinking it was okay. Yeah. Hey, and look, we got our first super chat. Thank you so much, Juniper Lane. Thank you, Stay Rotten, Slanchowa. Cool Running. Hey, Giogwich, gonna start too. My man, Cool Running over there in Belfast, somewhere in Ulster. I don't remember. I think, is it Belfast or Derry that you're over in? Cool. Remind me. And speaking of people back in the old country, Connor Fowler is here. Can't help you with the 50 states, but tuning in from Dublin. Balear clear. All right, that's everybody. If you haven't already, tell me what you're drinking in the chat. I'd love to hear what everyone is drinking because I'm not actually drinking whiskey. We're going to do some pre-mixed cocktails tonight. We're going to see how they are. We've got Crown Royal. Now, these recently came out in my area. We've got Crown Royal Whiskey and Cola. Standard whiskey and cola. We've got Crown Royal Peach Tea. I've been told that this one is the best. Did I already thank Juniper Lane for this? If I didn't, I am now. Thank you so much, Juniper Lane. Yeah, so Peach Tea. This is their peach flavored whiskey with tea. Yeah. And then whiskey and apple. And actually, Bubble Bath is bringing up a good question. Do they contain whiskey? As far as I know, these are actually whiskey. This is Crown Royal whiskey with crisp apple flavoring and sparkling cranberry. There you go. So that's what I'm drinking today. We're going to drink one of each, and I'm actually going to pour them into a glass. I put these in the fridge. I just pulled them out. We're going to put them in a glass. We're going to see how they are. Belfast. Okay, he is up Belfast. Good to see you, bud. My man. Oh, I don't know. This is not good. This is not great already. I taste the whiskey, though. I do taste the whiskey. The problem isn't actually the whiskey, it's the cola. I don't like the cola they used. I'm a Coke guy. I'm a big Coke guy. I'm a big Coke guy. And the cola they used in this is weird. Really weird. The whiskey tastes fine, but the Coke tastes like weirdly flat. Not even like carbonation wise, just like, yeah. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll come back to that in a second because, Crown, how could you? I know. B-Dad is drinking Boreal Red. Ooh, beer. Okay, fun. I'm not too much of a beer guy myself, but I do respect it. Sugar Kitty got Bullet Low Rye Barrel Pick in the glass. Okay, Four Roses source. Tastes like maybe OESF to him. That's kind of fun. It is fun if you can kind of pick out what recipe it is. I know people go crazy for those like when it's an actual Four Roses barrel pick and it's a specific, OESV, whatever. Or it's OESV the standard. I don't remember. But I know people go crazy trying to get all those different recipes. It's nuts. It's nuts. Woody and Tim's drinking that regular Woodford. Hey, nothing with that. Nothing wrong with that. And Steve A, ooh, look. Got that wine in the goblet. Sugar Kitty says, maybe it's Margaret Thatcher Cola. No. If Margaret Thatcher was going to make a premixed cocktail, it would clearly be made out of milk. Just a big glass of milk that she stole from a baby. OBSV. Okay, yeah. OBSV is the normal 50% single barrel. Why would they use off-brand cola? I don't know. Maybe it was cheaper. It doesn't taste particularly good though. I'm not a big fan of the cola part of this. Yeah. So hey, a few things have happened while I was away. Because last week we didn't have a live stream. So I want to give you guys a little update about that. And actually we're going to talk about a couple non-whiskey things because they were on my mind and I don't really care too much about what we talk about. I'm just going to talk about whatever. Hopefully we'll all have fun with it though. So last week was Valentine's Day. It was also the Super Bowl. So can I just say one thing? I don't have a lot of opinions about the game itself. I don't have a lot of opinions about who won. I mean, the Rams are great. That's cool. Odell Beckham, that's totally fine. He used to have onion ring hair and now he has purple hair. That's kind of disappointing to me. Personally, I would have liked to see him stick with the onion ring hair if I had to make a choice. However, can we just real quick, because I was thinking about this while I was making the intro. Does this man age? Is this man physically capable of aging? I don't think he is. I don't think Snoop Dogg has aged since like 96, like 1996. I don't think Snoop Dogg has aged. I think he made a deal with like some sort of extra planar being, and now he does not age. And maybe it's the weed, maybe it's something. But oh my God, everybody else on that during that halftime show, they were doing fine. They were doing fine. Me and Erica were watching before our dinner date, and Mary J. Blige was great. 50 Cent, don't make fun of 50. All right, leave 50 alone. He gained a little weight. We all do. Okay, we all gain a little weight sometimes. Leave 50 alone. Leave 50 alone. But everybody was doing fine. Everyone was doing fine. Dr. Dre. He sounds a little funny now. He's a little bit older. Your voice isn't as strong as you get older, right? But not Snoop Dogg. Holy God. It's got to be something he's smoking or eating or something. That man is incredible. That man's incredible. I don't think he skipped a beat at all. I know that halftime show was kind of like just a bunch of old people being very excited about 90s rap for, 5 minutes or whatever. But goddamn Snoop Dogg. That was impressive. I should get his gin on here. Snoop Dogg is a pact of the herb warlock. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Need to talk about tree fitting. And Michael Oporto makes a good point. Having a few $100 million in the bank really helps with the aging process. Oh, 100%. That is true. Rich people do tend to live longer. Better access to medical care. It's something that is something to say. Sugar Kitty, if you saw Snoop without the makeup and extensions and how bald and gray he was, oh, I hope that's not the case. Yeah, I mean, they could be extensions. Yeah, the dreads. I guess they could be. I don't know. Yeah. Hoodies and Tim says, I was going to say, in Murder was the case, he talks about selling his soul for fame and riches. I think he just sold his soul for eternal youth. I think the fame and riches were just a secondary effect of him retaining his youthful energy for all time. And Bruce Davis says, black don't crack. Yeah, as you may know, my girlfriend Erica is African American. And I get the feeling I am going to be a wrinkly mess when I'm like 50. By 50, I'm going to be a wrinkly mess because I got pale skin. If I go out in the sun for 5 minutes, my skin gets completely red and burned, and I'm going to get those little weird wrinkles you get from having your skin all fucked up. And I bet you she's going to look great at 50. I'm going to look like a rotten old man. I'm going to look like just a rotten old man, and she's going to look great. It's that sun damage. It's that pale sun damage. Messes up your skin, man. I'm definitely made to be living in a climate where there's cloud cover like 70% of the day. Yeah. Oh yeah, actually that's a good point though, Bone to pick. Also, I like your avatar. My dad does look pretty lean and young. People think we're brothers. Yeah. I've had that happen multiple times where people are like, "Oh, hey, it's your 34-year-old dad, right?" Yeah. It's wild. He does look crazy young. I don't get it. He's also gotten skinnier as he's aged rather than getting chubbier. Like I found that as I've approached 30, which I'm almost there. I'm almost at 30. My gut has gotten considerably larger. Mostly because I'm not doing all the stuff I did when I was younger. He goes the opposite way. That man does not gain a pound. I don't know how he does it. I'll probably be when I'm 40. Yes, I'm probably going to be a wrinkly, messed up old man when I'm 40. I might be a wrinkly, messed up old man next week, depending on what the hell I'm drinking. Hey, Mr. Great Shot is here. Good to see you. Okay, one other non-whiskey thing I want to talk about, just quick, just before we hop into really diving into these premixed whiskey cocktails. These premixed whiskey cocktails. Well, actually, there's two things. One, have y'all guys heard about Futurama coming back? I'm sure most of you have heard about this already. But have you guys heard about Futurama coming back? I have mixed feelings. One, because why do we really need another Futurama run after the finale of the second run? Do we really need it after that finale? Because that finale kind of put things in a nice little bow. I know the whole idea of that finale, no spoilers, but it's a recursive finale, right? And now we're going to have more Futurama. And I love Futurama. But we've already had the movies. We've already had two television runs. And now, have you guys heard? They're not paying John DiMaggio to come back as Bender. That's wild to me, man. That's wild. Like, and here's the thing. I guess John DiMaggio said, "You're not giving me enough money. You're not giving me enough money to do this. I'm Bender. Come on. I basically invented the character of Bender. Like, if without his voice and without his characterization, there is no Bender, and they're not paying him. Wow, that blows my mind. Like, I just pay. If you are going to do this, if you're going to do Futurama, pay John DiMaggio whatever the fuck he wants. Yeah, Pinch Hitter's saying there's a huge amount of controversy around it because they don't want to pay John DiMaggio. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Be dead, Fred. Booze review guy has a gut. I know, right? I used to, when I was in college, I used to drink so much more than I do now. So much more. I was a crazy little college student, but I didn't gain any weight. And I think a big part of that was because I was walking everywhere and I was boxing at the time. And so I would drink and I wouldn't gain any weight. And now that I'm work at a computer 95% of the day and just sit around, all my alcohol is catching up to me. It's gotten bad. Yeah. Point being, though, pay John DiMaggio what he's worth. Can we just do that, please? And actually, all of them. I think, here's my problem with the Futurama thing. Why are you lowballing these voice actors? Any of them, right? These are people, very, very talented people on a show that people love. And what you're doing is you're like, we're going to bring back the show that people love, the show that everybody has grown to know as a certain type of show. And you're like, hey, let's take out an integral part of it because we don't want to pay money. Man, we're gonna keep up with that. I'm gonna keep up with that. We're gonna see how that shows up. Let's see how that goes. Futurama should just be done. It's good. The end was fantastic. Yeah, I agree. Why do we have to pull everything out until it's beaten to death? You know, I think that's my problem too. Is why is this just because they can't come up with a new idea for a good sci-fi animated show? Like, there's obviously an appetite there for this sort of show, and instead of coming up with a new idea that plays into that, they just want to pull out the old stuff. And I think that's a problem both with how we consume media these days and how it's sold to us. Because I think the reason that we're getting a lot of reboots, we're getting a lot of things that are some sort of retake on an old property. It's because people want to pay for it. At the end of the day, consumers want the familiarity of the brand. Not necessarily a really good show. They want the familiarity of the brand. And sometimes a reboot works well, and sometimes it's a shameless cash grab. And that's my worry. That's my worry with this Futurama, the new Futurama. Is this gonna just be a shameless cash grab? All right, but yes, we probably should talk about Crown Royal. We are talking about Crown Royal. That's what I'm drinking right now. So, as everyone probably knows, the pre-mixed cocktail section of your local liquor store has gotten a little crowded recently. Everybody is getting in to the pre-mixed cocktail. Bubble Bath. We're going to reboot Firefly, but lowball Anna Bakarin, isn't it? Wait, is that her name? Anna? I always thought it was... Wait a minute. I thought her name was like Morena. That was it. Morena Baccarin. Okay. Yeah. J-Boy, he's a bit behind on the stream. He's watching the full thing, but he's drinking a Schilling Excelsior mango cider. That sounds pretty good. Bone to pick. Name a reboot that went well. Okay. Yeah, that's actually a good one. Battlestar Galactica. Up until the end. Battlestar Galactica was awesome. Battlestar Galactica was so cool. And then it was terrible. First 3 seasons? Pretty sick. Really sick show. Starbuck was great. Apollo was great. Edward James Olmos, my second secret father, Eddie Jimmy Olmos, he was great as Admiral Adama. Man, such a good show. And then they fucked it up. Yeah, that was Ronald Moore's fault, though. Ronald Moore, who was the showrunner on that. He's a religious guy, religious dude, and that's totally cool. I respect that. However, the finale of BSG, he basically just shoehorned in angels and like Jesus stuff. And not that that's a bad thing, but it was so out of left field. And it turns out that spoilers for a very old show, but it turns out Starbuck is like the physical incarnation of God's will, and the Cylons that were in people's heads are all angels. That show just went that show just went off the goddamn walls at the end there, man. Yeah. Worst case, Ontario says, only thing to mix with rye is ginger ale. These could be foul. Yeah, okay, let's enough about... Super says, Jesus died for your gins, redhead. Nothing against Jesus. Love me some Jesus. I got nothing against Jesus. It was just the way he was in Battlestar. It was not the best. All right, let's talk about these. So we've got, I got one here. So this is Crown Royal Whiskey and Cola. I love this can. I love these cans. Like, before we even talk about the drink, I gotta say, these cans are rad. These cans are super rad. They're textured. I don't know if you can see that. Might be hard to get that to focus. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, but you can see it's textured. It's got the little Crown Royal thing, and then it's got the like a fingerprint kind of pattern almost. These little waves. Can you hear that? Anyway, yeah, I really love this can. I love the design of the can. I love the way it feels in your hand. I don't care for the drink. I really don't care for the drink. Bone to Pick says, I don't see a cross on the wall. Suspicious. Heretic. Heresy. Call the Inquisition on this one. Oh, B-Dan says, Moore is also the showrunner for Outlander. I didn't know that. And that is surprisingly good. You know, I joke about Outlander because the only thing I know about Outlander, it's about sex and time travel. That's basically all I know. Somebody's got to fuck their way to the past to save Scotland from the English, and then they have to find a way to fuck themselves back to the future. I'm pretty sure is basically the plot. But I'm sure it's actually a pretty good show. So, okay, let's talk about Crown Royal. Everybody has Crown Royal. Everybody knows Crown Royal. In fact, the only bottle I have of actual Crown Royal right now is this guy. the bourbon mash. I keep it hidden under our bar sign. So this, everybody knows Crown. I'm gonna have a little bit while I drink these pre-mixed cocktails. This is a little different. This is the one where they fucked up the labeling, and they said they have bourbon on the label, even though it's Canadian whiskey, and everybody in the U.S. lost their goddamn minds. All right. But yeah, Crown Royal, generally, it's a whiskey that people who don't like whiskey really love. Right? Oh, Subaru. Oh, that's bad. Oh, damn. That is brutal. Oof, yeah. But let's face it, bourbon, yeah, the bourbon mash is a little bit different. This is supposed to be kind of their Canadian take on bourbon. But Crown Royal generally is, it's light, it's easy, it's sweet. There's really nothing offensive or bad about it. It's just Crown Royal. Like this particular Crown Royal, this particular one, the bourbon mash, I will say is actually quite a bit spicier. It's spicier than your regular Crown Royal. It's got more oak, it's got more wood spice, more cinnamon, more pepper. But generally, even still, this still conforms to what Crown Royal is. Sweet, caramely, easy, nothing wrong with it, but nothing particularly interesting either. Which, if you think about it, might actually make for a decent pre-mixed cocktail, because it's not going to be offensive. It's going to be pretty neutral. You're just going to put it in the glass and it's going to mix with whatever. And yeah, it could turn out pretty okay. And as long as Jack Daniels is already doing this, as long as Kettle One's already doing this, as long as, oh fuck, who else is doing it now? Johnny Walker, everybody. All the big brands are doing pre-mixed cocktails. Why not? It makes sense. People are buying these up. I think the pre-mixed cocktail and the like hard seltzer aisle at my local liquor store has grown threefold in the last 2 years. It's wild. Oh, hey, David, what's up, my man? How are things over in Spain, my dude? Good to see you, fella. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, mislabeled. Yeah, it wasn't mislabeled. It was more like it was misnamed. Because they knew what they were doing. They knew they couldn't legally call it bourbon. But they also figured they could get away with it if they put the word mash on the bottom. Yeah. That didn't work out. The TTB eventually came down on them and they had to change it to Blender's Mash. But yeah. Okay, here's the thing about this. So we're on the cola, Crown Whiskey and Cola. I was saying earlier when I was just talking about whatever, I don't think the problem with this is the whiskey. I don't really like it. It's got a weird kind of aspartame taste. I don't think the problem is the whiskey, though. I really do think they use some sort of cut rate cola in this. It smells like, like cola flavoring, right? Cola, it's based on like that cola nut, right? It's that kind of slightly sweet, spicy, caramely, all that bullshit that you get in Coca-Cola. Super sweet. But this one is just like flat and fake. Flat and fake and weird. Like it seems perfectly acceptable. And I can taste the whiskey. I can definitely taste the whiskey in there. And the whiskey's fine. But the cola is just not good. It doesn't taste like cola. David makes a very good point. I love how Crown Royal is apparently a blend of 50 whiskeys, yet it has like 3 tasting notes. That's a very good point. Because the way Canadians make whiskey is they distill all their grains separately, age them in different barrels, and then blend them together. So when you've got something like Crown Royal, well, this is all corn. This is corn and rye. But when you have your regular corn, that's a mixture of what is essentially like a light whiskey aged in a refill cask, blended with what's kind of a rye whiskey, I guess, aged in new charred oak and mashed together, or a bunch of different whiskeys, mashed together. And yeah, it still somehow tastes like nothing. All right, the Coke. I'm not feeling the Coke. Not feeling the Coke. Also, can we just say, one of these packs is like $12. It's a 4-pack for like $12. That seems really heavy, right? I mean, I guess it's not heavy compared to some of the, like the fancier premixed cocktails, right? You know, sometimes some of these guys, they make they're trying to make like weird, freaky cocktails. Like, oh, I put Japanese vodka in a bay leaf and put it in a can made out of tinsel, right? They're trying to make fancy stuff. I understand that for some of those you pay a little extra. This is Crown Royal. It's Crown Royal and cranberry juice. Why is this like $12, $13? That seems really high, right? That seems weirdly high, right? Oh, I already took one out. All right, let's check out what's going on with the apple. BDF paying Coke or Pepsi to bottle their product for them. I don't know what the law is on that in Canada. Oh, this is way more red than I expected it to be. I don't know what I was expecting, but that is way more red than I was expecting it to be. For the can! The beautiful can! Yes, that's what it is. You're totally right, Bone to Pick. That's what we're paying for. $13 is what we're paying for. We're paying for the can. That's what we're paying for. Oh, man. Okay, well, you know what? If they're going to charge me $13, they had better have a pretty fucking decent can. Oh, my God. If I'm going to pay $13, they better have a pretty decent can. Woo! All right. Oh, wow. What? Where's the apple? Special friend. Ooh, that's a good point. Taking advantage of people who are scared of buying a bottle. Yeah. Also, I really like your handle. Special friend. We make fun of my ma constantly because one of my cousins was up from Chicago. They came up from Chicago for a minute. And we were driving. This was back when we were in high school. I was sophomore in high school. My cousin was like a freshman in high school. And we make fun of my mom constantly because she wanted to know if my cousin started dating anyone, right? Wanted to see if she had started dating anyone. That's what my mom wanted to ask. She's like, have you made any special friends? She like leaned into it. She was like driving. She was like, hey, have you made any special friends? We make fun of her constantly for that. I'm sure she'd be mortified that I'm telling you that story right now. But yeah. That's a what we call that's a Lotsie in our family. We call our inside jokes Lotsies because Lotsie is actually also another inside joke in my family. Anyway, let's talk about this. Bone to Pick says, walk me to my Rari. I got some sandwiches in the front. I have no idea what that means. I don't know. I don't want to know what that means. I'd rather live in ignorance. Emily says, can't hate a good can. Yeah. All right. I hate this. I hate this one. I don't like this one. It's worse than the cola, actually. Unfortunately, it's worse than the cola. Never had a trunk chicken sandwich? No, I bought haggis. I bought haggis out of a trunk once. Yeah. Never a chicken sandwich, though. Where's the apple? There's like the smallest little bit of apple in this. Yeah, there's nothing. No, there's no apple here. There's like the tiniest little bit of apple. Just infinitesimal. This just tastes like cranberry juice. This tastes like cranberry juice and a hint of apple. Just the tiniest little bit of apple. And actually, David, that's a good point. Yeah, no, it's not even like actual apples. It tastes like super fakey apple. You know, the like, you know, the plasticky kind of apple that they make, like, you know, hard candy. They make hard candies that taste like apple, but they don't taste. Also, I'm getting burpy. I'm not used to drinking this much carbonation. But they make those little hard candies that taste kind of like apple, but they don't really taste like apple. Like, they're close to apple. They're like, somebody described an apple to someone who couldn't taste. Someone lost their taste buds. They've never had an apple. Somebody described an apple to that person, and that person made a flavoring and put it in some cranberry juice. That's what this tastes like. Like, yeah, like, okay, kind of like an Apple Jolly Rancher. But Apple Jolly Ranchers taste more like apple than this. Apple adjacent, yes, apple adjacent. Or, yes, the candies that taste almost like green apple. This is almost like if you, what was I going to say? It's almost as though you took apple juice, added a bunch of sugar to it, and then thinned it out with water, proofed it down, so to speak. That's what this tastes like. Bone to Pick, yeah. You know what I'm feeling? Grossly sweet, fake flavored cocktails in a can that are overpriced. Exactly. Sugar Kitty. Did it still have a lot of feathers and fly as high? No, it actually still had legs, though. You know, it had those uneven legs, so it could climb up mountains. You know, as haggises do. That's a common fact. Haggises, the wild haggis, actually has one leg that is slightly longer than the other, so that when it's running along the Scottish mountainsides, right, this leg that's on the upper side is the right length, so it can run along the side of the mountain super quick. Yeah, and there's one breed of haggis that has the right side much longer than the left, and then there's the other kind of haggis that has the left side much longer than the right. So one can only run counterclockwise around the mountain, and the other can only run clockwise around the mountain. And every year they meet in the middle and make babies. That's the life cycle of a haggis. sort of like how testicle one is longer than the other. Exactly. All right, I'm using the bourbon mash as my clean out palate cleanser. All right. Now here's the thing. I've heard that of the three of these, the peach tea is the best. That's what my buddy at the liquor store told me. He got to sample these before they came in. So we're gonna try this peach tea. The peach crown, which I think Erica might still have some around here. I wonder if Erica still has some peach crown around here. I know I bought some. I wonder if she likes to reorganize, and well, I shouldn't say reorganize. She likes to organize the whiskeys from time to time. So I wonder if she might have hid that somewhere. Anywho. All right, we're gonna do a Scotch rinse. Michael Alberto, well, I just finished off the apple one, so I guess that answers you. You know what's funny about the apple one, though? The apple one, when I just drank it just now, I could taste the whiskey more than I could taste the apple. Yeah, I could taste the vanilla, the caramel vanilla of the Crown Royal more than I could actually taste the apple flavoring. I think that tells you everything you need to know about the apple version. Crunchy Pseudopod, what's up, man? He says they're proofing down apple juice now. Yeah, I have to make sure I only buy juice that's 43% ABV. That's actually something. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Applejack, but traditional Applejack is made by freezing fermented apple juice and scraping the ice off the top. So you end up with super, super, super alcoholic apple juice. Essentially, it's freeze distillation. Instead of boiling it and letting the vapor condense, you are just freezing the juice, scraping off the ice, so you retain all the apple flavor. Right? Pretty smart. The only problem with that is that you also retain the foreshots. So you also retain the wood alcohol. And if it won't kill you, because ethanol is actually like the anti-venom, I should say, the anti-poison, I guess, for wood alcohol poisoning. However, if you drink enough of it, you actually get what's called apple palsy. You actually get a form of shakes because you're drinking the wood alcohol, the methanol that didn't get removed during the distillation process. It's friggin' wild. It's friggin' wild. Yeah, like Eisbach beer. Exactly, like Eisbach beer. Except that because you're using fruit, you're actually introducing even more methanol into it than you would with beer. Fun fact. Jay Bly is here. I don't believe I know that name, so good to see you. If any of y'all live in Oregon, try the 503 Distilling canned cocktails. Worth the price, even though our liquor tax screws up the price. That is totally fair. I am curious. I don't know 503 Distilling, but I'd love to try. If I'm ever over in Oregon, I'll definitely give it a try. Hey, Nick Levin. Cheers. Good to see you, bud. Oh, yeah, Laird's or Lards, however you say that. Yeah, good stuff. This one isn't bad. It's very okay. It's better than the cola. I'll say that much. Definitely better than the cola. But here's the thing. I feel like, I think you mean 1.6 out of 10. 1.6 out of 10. No, it tastes peachy. It tastes really nice and peachy. It tastes like Peachios, right? You know what I mean? That I love me some Peachios. That's my shit. So I'm digging it. I'm digging that part. And it's not as sickeningly sweet as I thought it might be. I thought this was going to be super, super, super sweet. It's not. It's not. It's actually pretty reasonable. You know, it tastes. The tea is fine. You know, it's not hyper sweetened. It's not syrupy. It's fine. It's fine. No, it does. It does taste like tea. It does taste like tea. It doesn't taste like the best tea. Honestly, I think I could easily make a better version of this with an Arizona iced tea, like an Arizona raspberry iced tea, one of the dollar ones, and a bottle of Crown Royal Peach. I think I could make a better cocktail version of this if I really wanted to. I definitely think I could, because it's not terrible. It's just thin. It's not. I mean, the peach is there, the tea is there. It's just none of the flavors are particularly strong. They're not particularly strong. P-I-E-G-O, 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 and P-G-O was his name, oh. Hey, Michael or Porto, excuse me. $4.99. Thanks, my dude. 1.6 out of 10. Yeah, 1.6 out of 10. I would give it a 1.6 out of 10. Okay, can I just say one thing real quick? I don't want to talk about Brendan Schaub too much on this channel because I did one review of his whiskey, and that was it. I got nothing against the guy. He's good. Although I still lurk over on the Fighter and the Kid Reddit from time to time, and I saw his interview with Mike Tyson, and I don't know what I have a lot of feelings about that interview. I have a lot of feelings about that interview. Not that I'm the biggest Tyson fan, even. I mean, listen, here's my thing with Tyson. There are, every generation, there is a boxer who really comes to define. There's a boxer who really comes to define that era, right? You know, Joe Louis, Jack Dempsey, Jack Johnson, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray. You know, these were guys who defined their era, right? And for better or worse, Mike Tyson was one of those guys. Mike Tyson defined, you know, late 80s, early 90s, he defined what boxing was, right? And even though I don't watch boxing anymore, you know, I have just a lot of love for the sport. And it's like, you know, they were talking about Tyson Fury versus Mike Tyson, and Brendan Schaub was like jumped in and started talking about it. It was weird, like over Tyson, and I was like, what? Why? Like, let Tyson answer the question. Like, I'm not even that big a Tyson fan. I was like, let the dude talk. Because, like, the man, I've got a lot of problems with him. I got a lot of problems with him as a person, but that was a weird interview. Anyway, sorry. I totally went off track. Oh, Michael Alberto, 5 favorite boxers of any era. Yeah. That's a good one. Evander Holyfield is up there for me. I really love Evander Holyfield. I loved Evander Holyfield as a kid. Like when I first started watching replays of boxing, I loved Evander. And I know that's, I mean, I guess that's kind of a controversial position because a lot of people treat it like it was you can either like Tyson or you can like Holyfield, right? And I don't think that's true. I think you can like them for different reasons, you know. Totally different fighters, totally different styles. You know, and I don't know. I think because of how that fight went down, how their rivalry went down. A lot of people are like split them into camps. I think you can like Tyson and Holyfield for different reasons. Because Tyson was brilliantly technical in his own way, right? And so was Holyfield, but they were different. But it was two different types of boxing, is what it was. You know, you had one guy who was a very aggressive. You know, Tyson had that very aggressive style. Like he stayed in his shell. He stayed in that high guard until he was ready to just pound you. And Evander Holyfield was a whole different type of beast. He was dirty. Let's face it, the dude was dirty. The dude was a fucking dirty son of a bitch, and I loved it. I mean, the dude, if you've seen the fight with him and Tyson, he headbutts like a motherfucker. And I dug that shit. Julio Cesar Chavez. Yeah. Yeah, man. No, for sure. Oh, and Mickey Ward. Mickey Ward was one of my favorites growing up. Mickey Ward versus Arturo Gatti is one of the best, just the best fights ever. I think it's one of the best fights ever. Is it technically like is it skillful boxing? Maybe not, but it's fantastic. It's a fantastic fight. It's amazing. God. Well, actually, what was that? Because they had 3 fights, right? Wait, 2. Point being, Mickey Ward versus Arturo Gatti. And then okay, so that's 2. So Evander Holyfield and Mickey Ward. I gotta say, James Braddock, who beat Max Baer for the title. He's up there too for me. That guy, he beat Max Baer for the title, only defended it once versus Joe Louis. But goddamn, fucking Braddock was a fucking crazy son of a bitch. The way he trained for that Joe Louis fight, they took him up to upstate New York, if I remember correctly, and he just had a 15-round fight every single day for his whole training camp. Just a 15-round fight, no holds barred, just boom. That's how he prepared for that the Max Baer fight. That's how he prepared for the Max Baer fight. That was wild. Oh, Tracy, you're heading out? Cheers, Sancha. No, okay. So Braddock, Ward, Holyfield, Ali, obviously Ali. Everybody loves Ali. You can't not include Ali in a list of the greatest boxers. And then I guess it would come down to Sugar Ray. Who do I like better, Sugar Ray or Sugar Ray or maybe Hearns? Tommy Hearns? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could pick someone between. And my last spot would either go to Hearns or Sugar Ray. I'm trying to remember. I'm just looking. Sorry, I'm looking up stuff up now. I'm looking at the war. Hagler. Yeah. Oh, Hagler. Yeah. No, Hearns versus Hagler. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah. No, the war. That if you if you're not a boxing fan, I totally get it. I've had to stop watching boxing. I've talked about this before. If you're not a boxing fan, I get it. But Hager versus Hearns was the single best round of boxing that has ever happened. Ever happened. Hager versus Hearns was amazing. Literally the war. That's what they call it. The war. Yeah. All right, we have gotten way off topic. I started talking about boxing and shit, and yeah. Oh, and yeah, the No Mas Sugar Ray versus Hands of Stone, Manos de Piedra. God, fuck is it? Why does this? Wait, Roberto Duran. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. All right, so. Sorry, I can see our viewer count going down as I talk more and more about boxing and less about whiskey. Sorry. All right, so of the three that we've had tonight, yeah, Duran. Yep. Michael Fairchild says, didn't mean to derail the stream. I could talk boxing all day. No, it's fine. Like, I think these live streams are not about trying to make a very tight program. I really do think of these. This is an hour where I can have fun and talk to you guys. You know, this is a fun time for me. I love to just ramble and talk about dumb bullshit. So, yeah. All right. But real quick, let's talk about which one was best. I'm going to put the Apple, I think, is in last place, actually. Crown Royal Apple, last place. 3 out of 3. Not that great. Whiskey and Cola, number 2, but only because the apple sucked so bad. So that doesn't really count. Crown Royal Peach is the winner, but only because it wasn't terrible. So there you go. Crown Royal Peach is not terrible. If you were forced to drink it, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, I guess. Hey, John Jones' fiance. Thank you so much for this $7.99. I love you. Thank you. Rockgut, you Rockgut. How have you been, pimp? Listen, I hate pimps. I hate pimps. Don't get me started on pimps. Hate them. I used to work in social services working with former domestic abusers. Pimps were the worst. I'd rather work with 100 murderers than pimps. I'm dead serious. I worked with a lot. When I was in social services, I worked with quite a few murderers. And murderers, by and large, are very nice people. Pimps are manipulative pieces of shit. I'll tell you that much. I would rather work with 12, 100 million murderers than one pimp. Goddamn. Anyway, you should do a Masvidal tequila review before his March 5th fight because he will likely lose to Colby. Okay, yeah, for sure. All right. Is it a mezcal or a tequila? Either way, yeah. No, I'm all over that. All right. Let's call it a day. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Love each and every one of you. I know Kilco is on later tonight. Go subscribe to Kilco. Sure, show him some love. Not what I meant. I used to work with guys coming out of prison, and murderers are not nice people, but I will say they're nicer than pimps. They're nicer than pimps. Pimps are lying, manipulative sons of bitches. I'll say that much. Oh, man. Yeah. Murderers are, by and large, very nice people. Ah, Jesus Christ. I'm going to get in trouble for this stream. Anyway, until next time, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been the Rockgut Review. We've got Swillmageddon coming out tomorrow. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be really cool, and I hope you all take part. But until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay rotten. Cheers.